If you're trying to move forward in your life, in your career, in your business, but you seem to keep stalling, you seem to keep finding reasons and excuses not to move forward, this video is for you. I'm Jonathan Butler, and I'm going to share with you what is stopping you from progressing. What are the things that I see in my work as a therapist and as a coach that stops people moving from where they are to where they want to get to? And I'm also going to share with you the key things that you can do to overcome those obstacles. So what is stopping you from progressing? And there are four big things that I see time and time again. And the first of these is this: when our fear is bigger than our desire, we do not move forward. When we're more worried about the risk of change and what we might lose than we are motivated by what we want to move towards, we stop. The fear wins. When we live in fear, we move backwards, or we stay where we are. When we live in opportunity and possibility, we move forward. So I will come on in a bit to talking about what you can do to change from being in that state of fear to moving forward. The second reason that people fail to take action, to move forward, to seize their opportunities, is a sense of either feeling overwhelmed with just what would have to happen to make that change, or even of feeling trapped by their circumstances. And quite often, the more successful people are in their lives, or supposedly successful by external measures, the more trapped that they feel, the harder it can feel to make those changes. I particularly see that a lot of people, senior people in the corporate world. So the third issue that stops people moving forward is they lack the skills. They lack the skills or the know-how to move forward. They either know that they lack them, or probably even worse is not realizing that they lack them. So that is a major block. Number three. And finally, the other big factor I see, and this again is a really big one, is the lack of support. If you want to make a change, but you don't feel supported in that, maybe by the people around you, whether that's in your work, in your family, in your friendship groups, that will stop people moving forward. That holds us in fear. Okay, so very interesting understanding what the key issues are. And this is nearly always stops people from moving forward, from realizing their goals. These are the absolute biggies. So what can you do about it? So first point, when fear is bigger than desire, you have to make the desire bigger than the fear. Sounds easy, but how do you actually do that? And here are some really practical things that you can do to start making your desire bigger than the fear, giving it more focus. And the first of these is to visualize how you want to be. How do you want to see your life in the future? If you've got this thing that you want to have, whether it's your work, your personal life, your relationships, whatever the goal is, take time, take stock to picture yourself. How would your life be better if you realized this goal? How would you feel better? How would your life be better? What impact would it have upon you? You need to visualize that, because when you visualize that, when you can imagine how that would feel, you are actually sending a message to your mind. You're actually sending a message to your mind that that's what you want. And also, when you start thinking about that better life, that better thing that you want, you're going to make yourself feel good. You are going to release hormones and chemicals in your body which actually make you feel good. So when you think about those things, actually you are sending a message into your body, and your whole mind and body are all connected. So when you feel good about something, your mind associates that thing with feeling good, and your mind wants you to feel good. So by visualizing the future, you are making it available, and you're sending a message to your mind that actually that's a good thing, that's what you want. It's a good feeling, and a good feeling is better than a feeling of fear. So really focusing on how you want that life to be, visualize it, imagine it. How would it feel? How would your life be better? And a way you can take that to a next level, this is an incredibly powerful thing. It sounds really simplistic, but it's really powerful, is create a mood board. And a mood board is basically like a board, a picture. You can make it a digital one, or you can make it one you put on the wall, on the fridge. It's a picture of how you want your life to be. How do you see yourself when you've achieved that goal? Creating a picture of your life is incredibly powerful, because in a picture, it's a bit like Google Maps for your mind. You're creating a picture of where you want to go. And when you have that picture, you put it somewhere prominent. You put it on your wall. You have it on your laptop screensaver. You maybe have it on your fridge. You have it on your mirror even. You are sending that signal to your mind. You are starting to make that future real. And your mind will start to work out that that's what you want. And it will start to help you focus upon solutions to get from where you are to where you want to be. Okay, so really, really simply, it is about giving more focus, making the desire more real, more tangible, bigger than the fear. Because what is bigger will win. So, what's the answer to feeling overwhelmed or trapped? So in my previous career, working in the corporate world, I was involved in selling, delivering huge multi-million-pound projects involving lots and lots of people, lots and lots of change. And when you look at all those things, it can feel very overwhelming. And for anybody who works in project management, you'll probably be aware of a concept called the critical path. What is the critical path? The critical path is basically when you look at everything that's going on and you actually just focus down on what really matters. Because with most things in life, success or failure will depend on getting 2 or 3 things right. So what are the critical things that you have to do? And when you do this, when you focus down on that smaller number of things that really are critical, you move out of being in that noise, that constant noise, that chatter that's going on in your head about the 101 things you need to think about what's really important. What is that critical path that gets you from this place of fear, doubt, overwhelm, feeling trapped, to this place over here of living the life that you want? So what is your critical path? What are the things that you have to do? And if you listen to people who've been successful, who've changed their lives, who've built careers, they will often talk about their journey. They'll talk about what were the things that they did that really made a difference. Because a lot of the stuff that overwhelms us, a lot of the stuff that takes up our time, a lot of the stuff we worry about is actually just noise. What do you really have to do to make the changes? What are the real things that will matter? And again, when you do that, you'll understand what your critical path is. You will feel less overwhelmed because it seems more manageable and you can see a route out of it. It's a bit like being in the jungle. You need to focus upon the path, not look off at all the things that are going on the side. You need to not be distracted. So when you do that, you feel less overwhelmed and you feel less trapped because you can see there is a route forward. Focus on the critical path. Lacking skills. And the first thing about this is to actually, this is really important, is to actually recognize and understand if you do lack skills. So if you want to make a change in your life, I talk about 2 key things from my work as a RTT therapist, hypnotherapist, and a coach. We need to have confidence, belief in ourselves that we can move forward, that we can make change. But we also need know-how, because confidence in itself is great, but we can't make those steps forward unless we know what steps to make. So first thing is to recognize what skills do you need to move forward? What are you lacking that you don't have now? And if you're making change, you may well lack some of that skills, some of those knowledge. How do you get those? Well, obviously, in the online world, you can go and learn about lots of things. You can copy people who've made that journey, and you may well find it helpful to have a coach. And ideally a coach who understands the journey you want to go on, that understands the area that's of importance to you, and has ideally been on that journey themselves. So when you lack the skills, understand what you lack and get the help. One of the worst things you can ever do, and I know because I've done this myself, is by trying to do everything yourself. Recognize what you're good at, understand what you're not good at, what you don't know, get the help, get the right help, because ultimately, when you do that, it will save you a whole load of time, a whole load of heartache, and you will save money, make money quicker. When you try DIY the things you don't understand, you will get burnt, and it will slow down your progress. And a lot of people at that point fail and give up because they then become overwhelmed trying to do too much. They can't see the way through. So finally, lacking support. And the first thing I would really encourage you to do is, if you are looking to make a big change in your life, if it's in your work, whatever it's in, is to solicit the support of your family, of your friends, of your colleagues. Now, clearly, you need to work out if that's possible for you, given the change that you want to make. But a lot of people will just secretly do these things in the background. But if you're not happy in your life, in what you're doing, tell your partner, your family, your friends. They're with you. They want you to be happy. Get them on board. Tell them what it is you want. Because when we're looking to make big changes, we want and need the support of the loved ones around us. And even if it may be a shock to them, ultimately, if they are true friends, if they are good partners, they will want you to be successful, and they'll want to help you on that journey, because you'll be a better person to live with if you're happy in your life and what you're doing. So do seek that support. And even in the workplace, unless you're looking to jump out of the company, if you want to make changes in what you do, seek support. If you're good at what you do, you're valued in your workplace, seek support. Tell people what you want, because happy, motivated workers are an asset to the organization, and it's better than them losing you. So do seek that support. Now, if you are really in a position where you don't feel you can get that support, then you need to look externally for that. And again, that is another area where you might be looking for a coach who can give you the know-how, but can also be there with you on that journey to give you the support, to give you the belief. Because when we're trying to make changes, it can be a lonely place. It can be a lonely place if we don't have support. Even CEOs of big companies have coaches, have external support, because it can be a lonely place driving these things forward. So I hope you found this video useful. If you're looking to make changes in your life, it is possible. It is possible, but you need to work out how you're going to do it. You need to make the desire bigger than the fear. You need to see your critical path of how you'll get from where you are to where you want to get to, so you can move forward. Recognize the skills that you have, the skills that you don't have, get them. Ideally, get the help from somebody who can accelerate that process and path for you. Get that coach, get that support that you need. Finally, get the support of the people around you, if that is at all possible, because the support of our loved ones, the support of our people closest to us, will make it easier for us, alongside your mindset that you will have developed. The support of the people you spend time with is really, really important. And remember, the people who really care about you want you to be happy, want you to be successful, but they'll also tell you the hard truths if you are getting things wrong as well. And that kind of feedback should always be welcome. Thanks for listening. If you like the video, please do subscribe, please do like, please do share, and please ask any questions that you would like. I'd love to give you more content about this subject and a whole other range of subjects about making your life that you want. Thanks for listening.